Se unen todas las banderas para celebrar la vida de la mano del 10, de la mano del 10. Se paralizó el planeta, grita América Latina, de la mano del 10, de la mano del 10. Porque aquí somos iguales, no importa tu condición, de la mano del 10. La emoción en un grito de gol, todo el mundo en una sola voz. De la mano, venimos del sur, norte, oriente, occidente. Vamos pa' Rusia, que allá está mi gente. No importa tu raza, tu credo, tu bandera. Existen tricolores en una sola tierra. Desde Asia hasta Oceanía, todos viven en alegría. Europeos, africanos y latinoamericanos. No importa dónde vengan, porque no somos hermanos.
Sierras morenas, cielito lindo, vienen bajando. Un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo, de contrabando. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegra el cielito lindo y tu corazón viene.
Welcome, friends of teleSUR. Welcome to the La Mano Del Diez. How are you?
I'm great, Victor. I'm very happy, very happy. Very happy because of what the program has done so far, and then due to victory of Mexico against Germany. Germany never gave everything to Mexico, but they knew how to solve each and every single problem generated or imposed by Germany to each one of the teams they play against, with a lot of players that know how to handle the ball, playing fast, passing fast. And today Mexico were able to pressure them so much and to mark them so well that the Germans had to play the ball back. And they lost pace when doing so, so they never had enough pace, especially the strikers.
The Mexican counterattack was unreal.
Incredible counterattack. So we were watching it on TV. So long ball over Boateng, because the only one who respected the coming back was Boateng. Beyond the headers, beyond the corners, he never goes beyond the midfield. But I was impressed by the team due to accuracy in the midfield. And from that on, not so much in the area. If Mexico scores 50% of the chances they have, then we would be speaking about 3-0 or maybe 4-0.
I was amazed with their precision they showed at such a high speed. That's very difficult.
Exactly. The faster they were, the lower the precision, the accuracy. That has always happened. But Mexico today had both things. They were fast and accurate.
The only thing they lacked was better finishing.
Yes, exactly. In the most important place, Lozano made a great goal, cutting in, but then Chicharito had one, and he was not able to finish. He couldn't use his left foot. I didn't know what he wanted to do. But Mexico never stopped playing how they should play in the field. What I like the most is that if someone missed, they had constantly someone beyond them. So they were up and up and up, and Germany didn't know what to do. So very often, they took the ball to the sides, and they had to go away from the goal. Instead of getting closer to Ochoa, they had to be far from him.
He's a fantastic keeper, Ochoa.
What a keeper. What a keeper. I've seen him play ever since he played in America, when they played against Arsenal, the final. And I said that he was one of the best three keepers of the world.
There are some very interesting players in Mexico.
Lozano, for example. Lozano is great. Herrera as well. Guardado, too. They have some very important performance peaks, both for players and performance.
And what about Rafa Márquez's fifth World Cup?
Fifth World Cup. I was shivering when I saw him coming on, because he started playing when Germany was attacking ragely, but he wasn't playing as a fullback, or
he did not put him up
as
front.
a center back. He was solving all the problems they could generate, and they had played for almost 80 minutes when Rafa Márquez came in. And Rafa today was playing forward and closing the gaps of time and space for Germany.
You know what can happen, Diego, in this World Cup? If Germany, with today's loss, they do not win their group, they might have to play Brazil in the round of 16.
Exactly.
Look at that match. That would be fantastic. That's the consequence that would happen to Germany when they lost today.
Of course.
To have to eliminate themselves with Brazil.
And Mexico's tranquility, because Mexico was there, was just about not making it, but Mexico today,
but then they had an important win today.
Took a great leap, a very long leap, and a very accurate one with a lot of football. Mexico today really impressed me. For the best, because the lads were holding the ball. They were throwing long balls, or the farther they were from the other's goal, the best. No, they were always passing to the one closer to them.
They saw the Germans and they would play around them.
Exactly. And this is the virtue that Mexico showed today.
We have to go to a commercial break, but you have to take a penalty against Germany.
You have to shoot them. It's unbelievable.
And then that would have been 2-0.
Well, 2-0. So we're a little bit more tranquility, because what happened today was really sad.
We want to ask our friends to go to commercial break, right, Diego?
Of course.
Mexico.
Mexico will surprise them.
Yes, it's going to be Mexico's third World Cup, but we only have few matches to do.
It's going to be a very tough World Cup, because there are 3 different cities here in Russia. It's a little bit difficult to move around due to the distances. They'll have to wait for the logistics in Mexico, United States, and Canada.
It's going to be good, but I think that it should be a little bit more balanced with the matches. Everything is in the United States, and we only have 10 matches.
Well, the nations are put together, and football is doing what a politician
Well,
can
basically, what's going to happen is he going to
talk? Listen, he's going to talk. 3 World Cups.
We only have 3
World Cups in the same country.
We are going to be ready for the World Cup, but at least we should have had 20 matches and not only 10.
So yeah, national security is one of the most powerful notions in modern times. To swindle, I think, people, to do things that are not in their best interest, and to support massive military complexes that are not in anybody's interest, but that are like cancers feeding on society.
Watch a series where the U.S. geopolitical strategies as an empire representing the culture of war and propaganda are shown, and how this has served as a tool of social control. Psy-War. Saturday. Only on teleSUR.
That was a work of art. Friends from teleSUR. He is a fantastic artist, Sanspiga.
Santi Espiga.
His name is Santiago, effectively. And the man who makes these posters...
Beautiful. Great. I would like to thank him on Father's Day. I would like to congratulate him as well. And salute
to you the same, Diego.
All fathers that are watching teleSUR today. All my love eternally. And this comes as a present from all my children. All my children have called me today. And of course, you're working so hard that you will remember that it's Father's Day, or if it's your birthday.
Thank you very much, Diego.
No, thank you. Thank you very much.
And for this detail, here we have the hand of number 10, the hand of God, which is the name of our program as well. You mentioned Father's Day. We have footage to share with our friends in 64 countries where 200 channels are picking up our sign with De la Mano del Diez in order to be able to share something very special with you.
I think that's over 64 countries. Because my phone, Tano's phone, Jose's phone, they'll keep on ringing. And everyone's watching De la Mano del Diez. And people are also hooked with the show.
So let's see what we have.
Listen, Alberto and the story about the tree. Well, we're already here, and he was here with an axe, and he was cutting a tree, a dry tree around there. And I told him, okay, if you continue doing this, you will not be able to play on Sunday. Give me the axe. And his father was there with Diego. And he said, Don Diego, he has two arms, and he's right. Let us do it. And we were the ones who cut the tree, and it was a very dry tree. Diego was a saint. And his sisters, I know them, Anita. And we were talking, and I asked her about Diego often. Diego, he does everything. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. So sometimes I wonder where he is. So one day, he bought a motorcycle, it's there. And he was riding the bike at night. And his father told me, Diego, go to sleep because neighbors have to sleep as well. And he said, okay, Dad, okay, it's all right. And these anecdotes, these things, those are the ones you keep in your life. And if someday the winds of memory bring you here through this street, remember, I will be waiting for you in the threshold. You will have to help me up because I'm a little old today. But you know the joy that you will bring to the neighborhood? It's going to be amazing. Diego, I love you. I really love you. And all the neighborhood loves you. Hola paternal.
That was beautiful. What an homage. What a character.
What a character.
What an artist.
There are some memories. It's like if my old man was in front of me, tell me, what are you doing, idiot? Are you cutting down a tree? You can't even cut a leaf. Are you cutting a tree? Because if not, this doesn't matter if you play later. No. This is not about playing. You have to go play elsewhere. So go elsewhere. And then they did everything. They cut the tree. And I remember...
And talking about Father's Day, you talked about being a father. But as a son, your condition was, I think, absolutely magnificent. You were a fantastic son and a fantastic father.
Really, the big difference between my father and the parents of today's players is that my father used to barbecue, used to make salads, all by himself, and he didn't care about the covers. He didn't care about the papers or ask me for how many was I renewed in the club. He never asked me about that. The only thing that he wanted was for me to sit at the table with him. So both at noon, at night, I eat with him. That's why
I was once in a table with your father, a table where we were in Rome and we used to walk around together for hours and hours. And he never talked about you. He never talked about Maradona.
No, he didn't.
He was very, very humble.
Because when people spoke to him about myself and they said, listen, what a goal did your son score last night? And he felt me within as I feel him today. So he looked up and he started crying. And this is a memory that I will never forget. Never ever. He was proud of me. And of course I was proud of him. Because of him, I am sitting here today with the Mano Del Diez here in Russia. All due to him.
Let's leave for a minute because I'm feeling the same as you are. Because I have not been able to show you yet that this football that is in the presentation clip of the show is also made by San Enspiga. It's very interesting, this ball, isn't it?
Beautiful.
He's an artist.
He has everything that's ours. Everything that's ours. You don't see footballs like this that represent us as well as this one does. That's a great idea. What an artist. And let me tell you that when I'll go back to Buenos Aires, I go and see him. I'll visit him with my sisters, of course, because that house, 2257, as the plaque mentions, that house was the second house that I bought to my mother. The first one, Consoli, was the one who forced me to buy it in Villa del Parque, but then went to Lascano. And he told me, no, here there isn't any prime. Here, your prime would be your mother's house. And that's the reason why I asked him for the money.
Very interesting. Those people and those directors that thought about that.
Wonderful.
They were like second fathers to you, at least thinking about that.
Exactly.
When one thinks about it, one realizes that.
Exactly. And Consoli, for me, was a father. Because when he won the elections, I became the captain of the team. I was very young. I was part of the 25 players for the World Cup of 1978. I didn't make it. I didn't make the list. But I was paid as Luque was paid. But I was earning 10% of what Luque was earning. So with that money, Consoli introduced an airline, Austral, and I stayed in Argentino Juniors with the new house bought in Lascano Street.
That was very prosperous. That has to do with prosperity.
Exactly, prosperity.
Diego, let's come back to football.
Of course.
You can hold the ball, please, because I have to announce our show, De la Mano del Diez. The ball is always in the hand of number 10. And let's go on a commercial break, and we will have a very good clip about Don Diego.